Welcome back on Softball Premier TV to the Chiefs Challenge. Just prior to Game 2 here, we're going to have a little ring ceremony as the Hill United Chiefs, of course, the 2021 World Champions in a couple of guys on the Bear Creek Express were with the Hill United Chiefs last year. Jeff Lyons, Colin Walsh, there's Colin coming down just at the bottom of your frame there, number 16, and Quentin Bruce. All were members of the Hill United Chiefs last year and getting their rings. So Brian Porter of the Hill family just saying thank you, and maybe we can get one of the guys to hold the ring up close to that camera there. And
we would like to present one of the co-owners of the championship ring,
Brian Porter, the longtime co-sponsor of the Hill United Chiefs, also getting his ring. We'll get some photos here with John Hill, Jeff Ellsworth, Brian Porter. You see them there together, center screen. Ginger Smith trying to direct traffic. Big smiles all the way around as cap tip as well. So the Bears Creek Express fellows getting recognized for their contributions to the Hill United Chiefs Championship. We will, with those festivities finished, we will get going here in this one, the Bear Creek Express, the home team, Toronto BATMEN, in white, debuting some new white uniforms. The BATMEN this weekend with a new look. For the BATMEN, it'll be Travis Jones leading things off, playing left field, followed by Corey Way in center. Then Ty Sebastian playing shortstop. Denny Benson, the designated player in the cleanup spot. Isaiah Whetstone playing first base. Travis Gibson out in right field. Johnny Baker at third base. Derek Hyde, the catcher, in the 8th spot. And Scott Wilkin playing second base in the 9 spot for the Toronto BATMEN. Tyler Randerson is the starting pitcher for the BATMEN this evening. For the home team, for the Bear Creek Express, we'll set the defense for you. Quentin Bruce out in left field. and center, it is Jordan Pomeroy. Colin Walsh will be in right for Bear Creek. Around the horn on the infield at third base, it's Derek Mason making the trip in from Vancouver. Did not play last weekend in Mitchell at the Canada East qualifier. At shortstop, it is Kyle Ezekiel for Bear Creek. Over at second base, it's Brandon Horn, who has come out of retirement and looked pretty good last weekend, I got to tell you. First base, Jeff Lyons, who had the game-winning hit in that championship game. And, of course, Sean Cleary pitching to Ryan Boland for Bear Creek as the Team Canada guys have made their way over from J&B and from the Hallman Twins, respectively. The Express in these black pinstripes, and I like these uniforms personally. There was a couple of mixed opinions on them last week as they made their debut in Mitchell, but I quite like these ones. And getting a nodding head from Luciano Lafrano. Luciano, you like these uniforms?
Oh my God, que un lindo uniforme. Te lo digo que este uniforme, a toda la gente de habla hispana, bienvenidos sean todos al Softball Premier desde acá de Canadá, desde Ontario. Bienvenidos, estamos contentos que estén con nosotros. Hoy va a estar con nosotros Blair como voz en inglés oficial de Softball Premier TV aquí en 5A, Ontario, Canadá. Me está preguntando Blair sobre el uniforme. Lindo uniforme tiene el equipo de Bear Creek Express, que me encantó verlo también en la ISCS, que fueron campeones, championships del 2022 de ISC East aquí en Canadá. Bienvenidos sean todos al Softball Premier. Aquí los dejo con Blair Sanford, que será la voz en inglés. Yo estaré entrando en oportunidades para que puedan estar con nosotros en esta señal digital Premier desde Canadá. Así que conéctense con nosotros. Está en la lomita Cleaner, que es uno de los mejores lanzadores, champion, el número 1 de los Panamericanos en Argentina, el mejor lanzador. Así que bienvenidos a todos y comienza el play. Play ball, mi amigo Ray.
Play ball, says Luciano Lafrano, and we are ready to go for the second game of the evening here at the Chiefs Challenge, 8:17. So we're just past 15 minutes after the hour, and we are ready to go with what is going to be another good one here between the Toronto Batmen and the Bear Creek Express. Again, if you're just getting in with us, Blair Setford, Luciano Lafrano. Mostly English tonight on Softball Premier TV. We'll let Luciano get a word in edgewise from time to time, but Blair Setford carrying it for you tonight. And it is indeed going to be a good one here. This is a rematch of the Losers Bracket Final from the Canada East Qualifier Tournament a week ago. Bear Creek Express with the 7-4 win last week. We'll see what happens tonight. And swing and a miss there by Travis Jones. Cleary, the ace for Team Canada, won a lot of big games for the Canadian squad in Patana about 8 weeks ago, and down, we check on the swing and no. We go down to third base, and our blue crew out here tonight. Trevor Topping, Kitchener, Ontario, behind the plate. Over at first is Mitch Zook, formerly of Erin, Ontario. And Dave Selden coming up from Michigan. I believe it's Reese, Michigan. Dave Selden making an appearance here in Ontario, as he often does. Swing and a miss, and that rise ball in the outside corner, a good one from Sean Cleary, and unable to catch up to that one is Travis Jones down on strikes. And he's got a different number on than he normally does. Normally he's number 11, but with these new uniforms, he's got number 5 on tonight. And Corey Way, who's come over to the Batmen from the Expos and playing center field. Played a lot of infield for the Expos, but he'll be in the outfield here with the Batmen. And right down Davis Avenue here in Simcoe for a called strike. And a changeup and a good one there from Sean Cleary. The last game featured Pablo Migliavaca coming on a relief for the Hill United Chiefs, and he worked that changeup to every single batter, and nobody had an answer for it in that last game. Sean Cleary's got one of the best in the world. We'll see if the Batmen are able to do anything with that. And a good drop on the outside corner. Corey Way, 3 pitches, and we hardly knew you, Corey, here in the first inning. He's down on strikes, and that'll bring up Ty Sebastian. There were no MVP awards that were handed out at the Canada East qualifier last week, but if we did, I think Ty Sebastian certainly would have been in the running. I lost track of how many home runs this guy hit, and he was pitching lights out for the Batmen. Just elevated his game last week. I thought I hadn't seen him pitch that well as he did. Went toe-to-toe with Huemo Mata, who may be the number 1 guy in the world right now. Adam Falkert certainly will put in a claim for that title. Sean Cleary would be in that discussion as well. But Ty Sebastian went toe-to-toe with Huemo Mata. I've not seen Ty throw as hard as he did last week with such movement. He's always been a good pitcher, but just elevated his game and took the Batman to that 3rd place finish. No audio? We good? Yeah, looks like we're good. And this one is laced out to right. Walsh has got to go way back off the fence. And Ty Sebastian continues his hot hitting with a line shot double off the fence way out there in right field. Even though he won't hear me, I'm going to give a shout out to my good friend Tyler Wynot, who's got the split screen going with the action here from the Chief Challenge up against the Stanley Cup final. And keep me updated on the hockey game. You want to talk about good young hitters in this game? Here's another one. Denny Benson to the plate for the Toronto Batmen. They've got some real good pop right here in the middle of their order. Denny hit a big home run off the Bear Creek Express guys last week in the qualifier. Plenty of pop in the 3 and 4 spots for Bear Creek. Just off the outside corner, Cleary and Ryan Boland very deliberate around Benson here. You see the long look in by Cleary, now the step back. And that is through out to right. Walsh comes up and will throw to second, and the Batmen will take a 1-0 lead. Two good young hitters here doing what they are in the lineup to do. The double off the fence, a good solid one hopper through the infield off the bat of Benson and down to Isaiah Whetstone as you see Ty Sebastian come across there to score the run. Ike, a real good hitter too, as this is a little flare. That's in no man's land. Horn goes back, can't get to it. First to third goes Benson, and 3 straight hits here for the Batmen in the first inning. And often if you're going to get to Sean Cleary, you need to get to him early because much like Adam Folkert, some others, he gets into a rhythm and he gets really hard to hit. But the Batmen doing the job here early, breaking out to a 1-0 lead. 2 runners aboard here. All of this with 2 outs, too.
Bueno, y toda la gente hispana que está viendo el juego, bienvenidos sean todos. Estamos desde aquí, desde Ontario. Gracias por VIVELOPREMIER estar con nosotros. La gente que está que habla español, habla inglesa, también está cubierta aquí con nuestro amigo Blake Sanford. Bienvenidos. Gracias por estar ahí.
Want to say hello to Aaron Durant tuning in from up in the Ottawa area. Partner with Brad Pender. And I will indeed see you at a ball diamond somewhere this summer, I am sure. Aaron, look forward to it as well. Hopefully be able to join us in the booth again, too. Chopper on the infield, backhanded, then the flip to second. They go the short way, and they get Travis Gibson grounding out on the fielder's choice. But the Batmen score 1 on 3 hits. They'll take a 1-0 lead. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Bear Creek coming to the plate.
Does your game need work? Want to get better every game, every at-bat? You need Lumberjack Sports. Focusing on exceptional quality and providing players with reliable, long-lasting product, Lumberjack Sports brings you in-game equipment and off-field workout gear, designed and tested by top fastball player Nick Shales. Learn from
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Matiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making a suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
So if you're just tuning in with us here, Softball Premier TV, Blair Setford, Luciano Lafrano. That is a, not live shot, but that is a Luciano Lafrano original from Niagara Falls. Earlier this week, Luciano able to get his drone airborne, and just some fabulous footage here of the Horseshoe Falls on the Canadian side at Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. About an hour down the road here from where we are at Lions Park in Simcoe. It's the Chiefs Challenge, the 2022 version. If you weren't with us about an hour and a half ago, Hill United Chiefs 4-0 winners in the opener of the tournament over the Niagara Stompers. We're just on to game 2, Bear Creek Express, Toronto Batmen. The Batmen taking an early 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning on a double by Ty Sebastian and a single by Denny Benson. Isaiah Wheatstone also had a single. Express coming here to the plate. They'll be led by Brandon Horn, followed by Tyler Pauli and Colin Walsh. Ryan Boland in the 4 spot. Jeff Lyons, Quentin Bruce, Derek Mason will bat 7. Kyle Ezekiel 8, and Jonathan Pomeroy in the 9 spot for the Bear Creek Express. Defensively for Toronto Batmen, Travis Jones, Corey Way, Travis Gibson left to right around the outfield. And on the infield, Johnny Baker, Ty Sebastian, Scott Wilkin, and over at first base is Isaiah Wheatstone. Brandon Horn coming out of retirement and making an impression on the weekend. It was good to see Brandon at the park. Had a chat as we were teammates back on that 2016 Toronto Gators team. Brandon coming in and making a big impression with the Gators that year. The final piece, I think, that the Gators needed to get to the top of the ISC hill. Tyler Randerson on the board for the Batman. Derek Hyde doing the catching. 2 good young ball players in the Canadian system, and there are some real up-and-comers and challengers for some spots on Team Canada coming in the next few years. This one inside to Brandon Horn. Randerson now a full-fledged firefighter in southwestern Ontario. Swinging a foul off here. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brandon Horn. Again, if you're just getting in with us here on Softball Premier TV, Blair Setford, Luciano Lafrano.
Así es que estamos activos, Blake, tranquilo, no estamos muertos, estamos de parranda. Así que toda la gente que está de la película de terror en Latinoamérica, bienvenidos sean todos a este Chief Challenge desde Canadá.
And it is indeed, as you see in your scoreboard there, down the bottom right, the Bats and the Bears, the Toronto Batmen and the Bear Creek Express. Toronto out in front, 1-0. Early days here. Bottom of the first inning, Brandon Horn, the leadoff batter, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The sun is only in and around the first base area and out in right field right now as the shadows cast their way across left to right from our view behind home plate. High hopper here, and that is into the screen right in front of us.
Those are our sponsors. Thank you.
And a little 42.5 footer there from Tyler Randerson. So a full count to Brandon Horn leading things off, and already as a veteran you might expect, making Tyler Randerson work, and showed a lot of pitches here already to Brandon Horn. High hopper on the infield over the head of Baker. Sebastian is able to intercept it, but no throw.
Now batting the designated player, number 6, Tyler Pauly.
So Brandon Horn aboard with that infield base hit. The best thing Ty Sebastian did there was just keep that ball in his hand. There's no sense trying to make a wild throw and throwing it away and giving away an extra base. Called a strike to Tyler Pauly. These two have been teammates on the Nith River Monsters for the past 3 or 4 years. Nith River kind of dissolving into a lot of the players on these two teams. Chopper on the infield. They go to first to get the easy out, and then making the throw down. Good strong throw too, but sliding in and well ahead of that play, Brandon Horn. If you can get Tyler Pauly on that roundout, that is a bonus. Tyler in the DP spot, primarily because he's got a thumb injury, suffered that in Paraná on the final day down in Argentina. And it's healing slower than he was expecting. Can't put a glove on it, so can't play the field. He can still bat, obviously, and had 3 home runs last weekend in Mitchell at the Canadians qualifier, but you won't see him on the field here yet this weekend. So Colin Walsh in with a runner on board, an opportunity to tie the game for Bear Creek. Walsh has been the top player in the St. John's League the last couple of seasons, pitching, hitting, doing everything, as he's pitched a couple of championships down in that St. John's League. Probably the best in Canada. I don't think really there's any probable about it. It is the best league in Canada, and Colin the best player in the best league, so that says something about him. He was the winning pitcher for Bear Creek last week in the championship game, coming on in relief of Cleary in the championship. This misses just off the outside corner. And this one is punched out to center, making the grab, the tag. Here's the throw, and thinking wisely of it, Brandon Horn retreating back to second base as Corey Way took a step in to make the catch, and in a great position for the throw.
Now batting the catcher, number 51, Ryan Boland.
So Ryan Boland will come to the plate with 2 out. And an opportunity here still presents itself for Bear Creek to tie this game up. Chopper on the infield, that's going to get through in between. And here's the throw, and wisely cut off to keep Boland. And we got ourselves a tie ball game. Ryan Boland, first pitch swinging, and yanked that right in between first and second. And we'll get the catcher replacement rule, as that is in effect here this week. Wisely so. And that is a good trade, too, for the Bear Creek Express.
Number 44, Jeff
Walsh, a fair bit speedier than Ryan Boland, who runs well for a catcher. Jeff Lyons to the plate. Jeff came up with the bases loaded in the championship game a week ago, facing Huemo Mata. And he laced a triple just inside the bag at first, rattled all the way down to the corner, and cleared the bases, ended up on third. That tied the ball game at the time at 6. Jeff would come in to score. And he was the game-winning run a week ago. This one is way up in the air in short left, just ranging out onto the grass. Sebastian will reel that in for the final out of the inning. But Bear Creek ties it at 1 through 1 complete. Toronto Batmen coming back up to the plate.
Does your game need work? Want to get better every game, every at-bat? You need Lumberjack Sports. Focusing on exceptional quality and providing players with reliable, long-lasting product, Lumberjack Sports brings you in-game equipment and off-field workout gear, designed and tested by top fastball player Nick Shales.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast.
Johnny Baker and Ryan Boland exchange hellos as Johnny Baker steps in to lead things off here. Top of the second inning has the makings of a real good one. Toronto Batmen, Bear Creek Express. These teams are going to battle all summer here on the Ontario tournament circuit. Now, I want to give some props here to Johnny Baker. In the off season, in fact, late last season, came to us with an idea that he had, and he was going to work on this through the winter to create an Ontario Senior League. Some of the best players and the best pitchers in southwestern Ontario. He wanted to gather them all up into a single league. 4 teams, draft the teams, and play once a week, double headers, 4 teams. There's lots of pitchers, lots of players. He has put this together. It is, by all understandings, and I haven't seen the games, but by all understandings, this is a tremendous success. Players are getting exposure to top pitching are getting exposure to top hitters, and they're drawing fans out to the park in Milverton every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock. If you're in the southwestern Ontario area, if you want to go see some top-notch men's fastball on a Tuesday night, make your way to Milverton and go see the Ontario Senior Fast Pitch League. Johnny Baker put this together, and it is off to a roaring success. Ryan Boland, you just saw there, reach up and barehanded protect Trevor Topping as that pitch or that foul ball came off the screen and was going to make a dent on Trevor. Change up, Baker had the hands back, sat on it, and line shot out to left field. Quentin Bruce will pull that one in. Derek Hyde, catcher for Toronto Batmen. And you've got a bit of a logjam at catcher on Team Canada right now. Ryan Boland presumably will do the catching when they get to New Zealand in November. Brian Avery did a tremendous job in Boland's absence down in Parana, and is a world-class catcher himself. Also has the versatility to play third, first, or corner outfield. So you got a lot of versatility with Avery, and you can use him in the lineup elsewhere. Boland, primarily a catcher. But a guy like Derek Hyde is an up-and-comer, and there are a couple of others in the system as well that the Canadians are looking at. There's that world-class changeup from Sean Cleary, as Hyde out in front of that and can't hold back. You got a couple of kids this weekend that you're going to want to watch out for too, that will come in from the Grand Prairie team, who will impress. The Archons are very good ball players, and there are several guys who can make an impression this week. John Stewart, head coach for Team Canada, is going to be in the ballpark here all weekend. We'll try to get John Stewart on a microphone at some point and have a little chat with John and talk about the takeaways from Parana. Swing and a miss there. Down on strikes goes Derek Hyde. Might see Mike Rancho from Softball Canada, the new executive director of Softball Canada. We might see him here this week. He's been on the tour with the women's team, who have been making their way around Ontario before they got out to British Columbia, where they're competing in the Canada Cup right now. Mike has got a young man, a son, playing in a warm-up tournament at a high level. I think it's in the U17 or U18 division. Underneath that one is Scott Wilkin. Cleary's got all the tools. There's a reason why he is the ace for Team Canada. Good rise ball, great drop, outstanding changeup, and the temperament. But here's one laced out to the gap in center right, around second, on his way to third. Stand-up triple for Scott Wilkin. Put a charge into it. We talked about this earlier in the previous game. It is a huge outfield here at Lions Park in Simcoe. And able to go for a run, Scott Wilkin getting that one out to the fence and just splitting the gap. So 2 out, runner at third, and we will go back to the top of the shop. Travis Jones, not in his familiar number 11, but wearing number 5, and these are brand new jerseys, and you have to wonder if maybe the 11 either didn't make the trip or was sized incorrectly. But Travis, it is Travis up at the plate, trust me. First pitch swinging and chases that one off the plate. 1 strike. Due to the COVID delay, we were delayed by 2 years in presenting Travis Jones with the ISC Canada East 2019 Player of the Year plaque. Took us until 2022. Thank you, COVID, but we were able to make that presentation to Travis following one of the Batman games last week down in Mitchell. Had himself a fabulous year all the way back in 2019. 2021, it was Tyler Pauli. And we were able to make that presentation down in Mitchell as well. So a couple of good young ball players. And Travis chases up and out of the zone. He has hit a lot of home runs that you thought maybe were up and out of the zone, but Travis able to get to him. But not that rise ball there from Sean Cleary. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Batman threatening again here in the second as they turn the order over. And just off the outside corner. If you missed it, the umpires today, Trevor Topping, Mitch Zook, and Dave Selden. The third team out there tonight. And just off the plate. One of the great things we're blessed here is with many top-notch umpires in and around Ontario. When we do have these high-quality men's tournaments, we've got the high-quality umpires to go with it. We're blessed to have that here, and we're always thankful for the men in blue and the work that they do and how good a job that they do when they come out. Full count. Jones steps back in. You see the sign there from Ryan Boland. Looking to go away. To Hopper. Kyle Ezekiel comes up with it. On to first for the out. The triple by Wilkin is stranded at third. We'll head to the home half. Bear Creek coming to the plate. This one tied 1-1. It is got all the hallmarks. Let's see if it lives up to it.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program. The annual Boys
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com.
Quentin Bruce to lead things off for the Bear Creek Express, bottom of the second inning. And we've been talking about good young ball players. Here's another one. Junior star a couple years ago with the Owen Sound Selects. He, as I said, played that season with the Hill United Chiefs, earned himself a championship ring last year, and starting spot now with the Bear Creek Express. And again, as Team Canada looks to get younger in the coming years, this is going to be a guy that they are going to keep their eye on. And speaking of Team Canada, on deck, Derek Mason. Randerson pumps in a strike. There's guys in the 40-man Team Canada camp up and down both of these lineups. And this one is drilled out to the gap in left center. Way picks it up, strong throw off the mark to third, but easily into third with a stand-up triple is Quentin Bruce. Derek Mason makes his debut for the Bear Creek Express. He'll look to cash Quentin Bruce and get the Express out in front here, bottom of the second inning. And called strike down on the outside corner. And there's a chopper on the infield, gets past Randerson. Sebastian picks it up. Only throw is to first, and coming in to score easily for the go-ahead run is Quentin Bruce. So give on the ground out an RBI to Derek Mason, just under the glove. If Sebastian could have got the glove on it, he might have been able to prevent Bruce from scoring. But give credit to Sebastian for being able to come across and make the play to get the out. But I'm sure Bear Creek will happily trade that for the run right there. Chopper down, it eats up. Baker comes up with it, still makes the throw, and they get Kyle Ezekiel over at first. Bit of an awkward hop on Johnny Baker, but stuck with it. Looked like he come up and it actually might have hit him in the chin. There's one hop, two, and comes up. And you see he just stuck with it, and that sometimes at third base you've got the opportunity to do that. Just about anywhere else that becomes an error. Trevor Topping says that one got a bite out of him. Trevor, one of the toughest guys in the game. He will stick with it. Another good young ball player. Jordan Pomeroy from Newfoundland at the plate. The fastball factory of Newfoundland. And you can see why. Stuck with that changeup and just laced that out to right field. That is a solid base hit. And you can get production like that from your 9-batter. You will take that all night long. And you see how quickly he gets down to first and turns the corner. So our 9-batter turns the order over and back to the top of the shop for Brandon Horn. This one is lifted up in foul territory, and that one will get reeled in over there by Isaiah Whetstone. So they dodge a bullet there, but Bear Creek do take the lead 2-1. We will stay with this one. It's the Chiefs Challenge. Blair and Luciano, happy to bring it to you, Softball Premier TV.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Matiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making this suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com.
Welcome back to Simcoe, Ontario. We're about an hour from Niagara Falls, but Luciano Lafrano visiting there and just took some great footage. You'll see some of that off and on over the course of the weekend. Luciano did some drone shots here the other night as well, and we'll put those up for you at some point. Upstairs from Cleary as he loses his footing, as occasionally happens with Sean if the ground gets a little loose beneath him there. And that one up and out of the zone to Corey Way as we get things going here. Top of the third inning, Bear Creek now out in front 2-1. You see there in the bottom of your screen on the right. I am told, if you're not split screening, that the Tampa Bay Lightning are up on the Colorado Avalanche 1-0. Right down the middle from Cleary on that one. Shout out to the local Hamilton Bulldogs, the Ontario Hockey League champions. They won at the Memorial Cup tournament today, 3-2 over the Western representative, right? Edmonton Oil Kings. That tournament, as I have been following it along a little bit, it could be anybody's tournament because they're all beating each other in the round robin right now. So you're going to have to get out the calculators and the fingers and toes for the tiebreakers at the Memorial Cup. Down and into Corey Way, but Brandon Anderson, whose father here will be managing the Oswegan Redmen, Daryl Anderson. Their son, Daryl, and Alicia's son, Brandon, is a member of the Hamilton Bulldogs. And just downstairs from Cleary. I want to see that pitch again. I could have sworn that was a knuckleball from Sean Cleary. It did not look like it was rotating. There's a rise ball that definitely had some rotation on it as Corey Way chases up and out of the zone for strike three. Ty Sebastian to the plate. Ty got things going for the Batman in the first. A long, loud double off the right field fence. And Colin Walsh had taken a step backwards as Ty came to the plate. Swings over that drop ball from Sean Cleary. Unlike a lot of guys, Ty Sebastian up there, no batting gloves. Over on the other diamond, and thanks to Hub Fairman for this one, New York Gremlins and Grand Prairie Pirates 1-1 in the fourth. That one going on behind us as the action truly now is fully underway. And swing and a miss there. We'll see if we can get the pitchers. We hear Kirkpatrick for the Gremlins, and is it Pierce for the Pirates? Is that who it is? Does he have glasses? It's like charades. Is the pitcher wearing glasses over there for the Pirates? We don't know. Hub Fairman says he can't see that far. He's got to put his glasses on. It might be Zach Pierce who's pitching for the Pirates. We'll find out for you. Anyway, the action here, called strike 3. Sebastian down on strikes, and that hasn't happened very often this year. So Denny Benson steps in. Joe Todd says the Blue Jays are winning 5-0 in the third, so thanks for that. Hopefully everybody is tuned in here and you'll just rely on us for your sports updates. Other than Tyler, why not? Swing and a miss. Good rise ball from Cleary. Blows that one right past Denny Benson.
She's like, I'm thirsty. She goes, I can't sell any more tickets.
It is indeed Zach Pierce pitching for the Grand Prairie Pirates. Thanks to Hub Fairman for that one. Cleary just misses off the outside corner, so we've got lots of national team representation all around the diamonds here at Lions Park in Simcoe, Ontario. And you got a guy who is going to be busting his way onto Team Canada, I think, in the not-so-distant future. Denny Benson, one of the best young sticks in the game coming along. We'll be quizzing John Stewart about the eye that he's keeping on Denny Benson and some of the others when we get a chance to talk to him here this week. One ball, 2 strikes. Cleary looking to have a clean inning. And just misses outside. So we'll go 2 balls, 2 strikes. And chasing the rise ball, just as he did on the first strike, Denny Benson goes down swinging. Sean Cleary works through the 2-3-4 batters and sits them down. Bear Creek will come to the plate here. Bottom of the third, still up, 2-1.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Matiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making this suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
Tyler Paul, I lead things off for Bear Creek Express here in the home half of the third inning. The lights are on here at Simcoe Lions Park. They're off in the corners in right field and left field. No lights in the gaps as you sometimes see at parks. So they do have several lights pointed into center field. And as we get through into full dark probably in another half an hour or so. I think the lights will have better effect then. We'll get Luciano to put up the drone shot of the parks during the next break, and you'll see what the park looks like lit up. Paulai fouls this one straight back. At his young age, he's already won 2 ISC batting titles. He's been the ISC Canada East Player of the Year twice, 2018, 2021. He's on Team Canada. He is one of the best in the game. He is Tyler Paulai. He's had some competition for the family home run title as Dad Jeff was playing for the Waterloo Jack Slammers in the Legends division in Mitchell last week, and Jeff raked a couple over the fence. Tyler nipped him at the wire, though, with a home run in the final game. A swing and a miss. Down goes Tyler Paulai there. There may be some bragging rights as the 2 former Nith River Monsters teammates might get together and have a pint over that at bat a little bit later. And Tyler Paulai version as opposed to Tyler Randerson. It may be Tyler Paulai who has to buy the first one. Upstairs to Colin Walsh. Want to say hi to good friend Randy Frame with us out in Truro. I think you're in Truro, aren't you, Randy? Truro, Nova Scotia. Randy, of course, with good friend Chris Hopewell. The very popular Outside the Chute podcast. Change up, and that is through the 5.5 hole in between Baker and Sebastian, and Colin Walsh aboard with a base hit. Somebody should get Colin Walsh on a podcast sometime soon, I think, too, and talk about his Team Canada experiences and being the top player, one of the top players certainly in the St. John's League, the best league in Canada. Also around here this week is Donnie Atkinson, who's on the Twos Talk podcast. So we've got 3 of the 4 Fast Pitch podcasts covered, and I know Beyond the Dugout will be back on the air shortly, and they're going to kick things off in Season 2 with Michael White. Of course, the all-time ISC wins leader, pitching wins leader, and now one of the most successful coaches in women's fast pitch softball, the NCAA down in the U.S., his team finishing 2nd at the Women's College World Series. Boland swing and a miss there. Randy Frame says he's been trying to get Walshy on. A 1-2 as that one mitches outside. After being such a lovely day here in Simcoe, Ontario, high 20s, beaming sunshine. It is just starting to cool off a little bit as the sunshine has pretty much turned off here as we get to about 9:10 Eastern Time. Boland down on strikes. 2-1 Grand Prairie over the New York Gremlins, 5th inning. That would be an upset if that continues to be the case. But remember, it's early. This is, for a lot of these teams, not the Batmen and the Bear Creek Express, but for a lot of these teams this weekend, these are their season openers. And some of these guys won't have picked up a bat since April at the Parana Pan Am Championship. I talked to Huemo Mata last week in Mitchell, and he confessed to me that he hadn't thrown a pitch in a game since that championship game. Two-hopper right into the glove of Wilkin over at second. Flip to first, and the Batmen are out of the inning. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Bear Creek still out in front, 2-1.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast.
Does your game need work? Want to get better every game, every at-bat? You need Lumberjack Sports. Focusing on exceptional quality and providing players with reliable, long-lasting product, Lumberjack Sports brings you in-game equipment and off-field workout gear, designed and tested by top fastball player Nick Shales. Learn from the best. Play like the best. Check out lumberjacksports.ca to put your game over the top.
Back for the top of the 4th inning, the Batmen are looking to get back to square. As that one is fouled off by Isaiah Whetstone leading off. Isaiah, one of the good young players who came over from Nith River, and a lot of these guys were also graduates out of the New Hamburg Mustangs U23 team that had so much success over the years. Upstairs from Cleary. Paul McCart lobbed in a ball from the bench. Not sure what he had doctored up on it. Not saying that Paul would doctor up a ball whatsoever, but not sure what he had put on it as he threw it right into Cleary. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. It was good to see Paul McCart have success at the Canadies qualifier. Paul, of course, been in the game for many, many years, and big opportunity for him this year with this team and getting off to a great start, winning the Canadies qualifier. And I mentioned to Paul, I mentioned to the team, and so we were presenting the trophy at the end of the tournament, that teams that have won the Canadies qualifier have gone on to bigger and better things and success at the ISC World Tournament over the years, and I think that this team has the opportunity to upset either Hill or the New York Gremlins in an ISC championship game. I could see this team being in an ISC championship game. A lot of the Hill guys have taken an interest in Zach Pierce and seeing how he's faring against the Gremlins over there with the Grand Prairie Pirates. There is the changeup from Cleary, but I'm pretty sure that was a knuckleball. I want to see that again. Show me a replay of that. That was a knuckleball. No spin on that whatsoever. So that's about the last thing you're expecting when Sean Cleary's been pumping in 82-mile-an-hour drop balls and 68-mile-an-hour changeups as a knuckleball. Upstairs there. that one misses up in the zone. And can't catch up to that one inside. Good pitch there from Cleary. Travis Gibson tied up in knots on that inside drop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And chases the rise ball upstairs. Strike 3, Travis Gibson. Can't catch up to that one from Sean Cleary. You know, we talked earlier as the Batmen were putting that run on the board way back in the first that if you can get to Cleary early, that's often your best opportunity, because when he gets on a roll, he can do that to you. He can make you swing and miss by chasing his pitches up and out of the zone. Johnny Baker singled his first trip. And misses off the plate. You don't want to leave it out over the plate, Johnny Baker. Plenty of pop. You see Derek Hyde there on deck. That great shot of the plate. That camera is mounted up on the first base side. And that one misses downstairs. You can just catch a glimpse of Luciano. There he is right there. And there we are. Where's the camera? Oh, we're way over there. Hi, guys. Foul back off the bat of Baker. Cleary flexing that leg, and I'm sure that throw didn't help him much. And a shake of the head, he's not happy with Ryan Boland. If they're rooming together watching this later, somebody's going to throw a pillow at somebody else for that. And there's the changeup out in front again. Baker. You can't do anything really but wave at that pitch. If you can't keep the hands back, it's impossible just to say that you're going to get to it. Baker down on strikes. Cleary sets down the side. He is on a roll now. Got to get to him if they're going to get back into this game. 2-1, Bear Creek leading.
For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett's Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett's Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program. For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett's Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett's Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast.
the bottom of the fourth inning. Bear Creek coming to the plate. Want to say hello to good friend Chris Hopewell, driving across the Confederation Bridge into PEI. I hope you're just listening and not watching. Keep two eyes on the road. Look forward to seeing you somewhere this summer, Hopi. Quentin Bruce, the plate. Stand-up triple, his last at bat. Fouls this one straight back. I spent some time catching over the years, and I look at guys getting foul balls off the mask and the hand and the knees and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just tip my hat to the guys who catch. A lot of waggles upstairs from Randerson. A lot of waggles in Bruce's at bat there. You watch the bat and behind his head, and certainly it's successful for him, and whatever works for you. You wouldn't teach Bradley Ezekle's stance to anybody, but obviously it works for him. I think a lot of guys try to have quiet hands and a quiet bat when they're in their stance. Whatever you need to activate your swing. And certainly as the pitch is coming in, he's got that quieted down. Fouls this one right back to the screen, and that was a mighty hack from Bruce too. Called strike three. Bruce thought that one's low. Trevor Topping's got the final say, and that is strike three. So I look down the line. It looks like Greg Hamill warming up for the Toronto Batmen down the right field side. That would make sense that it is Greg Hamill warming up. So Mason to the dish and looks at a ball off the plate. Mason, one of the hardest hitters in the game. When he makes contact, he usually hits it square and tends to hit it hard somewhere. Called a strike. You go back to the 2019 ISC World Tournament at Circle Tap, and Mason hit a line shot off of Adam Folker. It hit Adam in the bicep and knocked him out of the game at the time, but he was back on the mound the next night. Had a compress wrap around his arm where he had taken that shot, but I couldn't believe that he was out there the next night. I was just flabbergasted that he was able to come back from such a hard shot right off the arm. Mason didn't like that call in the outside corner. Bottom of six, 3-2 Grand Prairie on the other diamond. Thanks to Hub Fairman for the update. 2-1 here. We're not quite as far along. We started about 17 minutes after the hour. Bear Creek out in front, 2-1. It's the Bats and the Bears, as you see on your scorecard there. Swing and a miss there. Mason down on strikes, chases that drop ball down in the zone, and that's the pitch that Randerson has got to perfect to get to that next level. He wants to get to, into that conversation with the Clearys and the McCulloughs and the Pierces. He's got the good rise ball, but the drop ball is got to come along just as good as the rise ball. It's got the potential, no doubt about that. That one upstairs. Kyle Ezekle to the plate, the youngest of the three Ezekle brothers. Blair Ezekiel, the oldest, was Circle Tap again this year. Found a home down in Wisconsin with the Tappers. Did Blair Ezekiel after several years with the New York Gremlins. That one just misses inside. And of course, we all know about Bradley Ezekiel. If you follow the St. John's League Twitter account, you'll have seen today Bradley Ezekiel in 12 at-bats in the St. John's League has 7 home runs. And he's batting .833. Those are slow pitch numbers. That's in the best league in Canada with some really good pitching. And Bradley Ezekiel just pounding the ball all over the park. And it's not like they've got great summertime weather down there. They're playing in some cool, cold weather. I talked to Sean last weekend, and he said they played a game in 4 degrees Celsius the other night in a league game. He said, I made sure I was pitching. It was the only way I was going to stay warm. You imagine. That's in June, 4-degree weather. Long lean from Randerson, swing and a miss. Ezekiel chases upstairs for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 2 runs on the board for the Bear Creek Express. 1 for the Toronto Batmen. All the scoring back in the first inning. Called strike 3, outside corner. Little bender from Randerson gets Ezekiel looking. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Toronto Batmen coming to the plate. They need 1 to tie. Let's see if they can get it.
Does your game need work? Want to get better every game? Every at-bat? You need Lumberjack Sports. Focusing on exceptional quality and providing players with reliable, long-lasting product, Lumberjack Sports brings you in-game equipment and off-field workout gear, designed and tested by top fastball player Nick Shales. Learn from the best. Play like the best. Check out lumberjacksports.ca to put your game over the top.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com.
So there you see Simcoe Lions Park at night and how things are lighting up here. That was Wednesday night as Luciano Lafrano came out to the park, got the drone up in the air, took some footage, and there's what it looks like from ground level. Sean Cleary has been on a roll here since the first. Derek Hyde will try to get things turned around. I want to say hi to Jason Wright, Washington State area, down from BC. He's got Mace and Brian Avery in his league out there in BC. Well, there's a couple of good hitters. Hopefully they're on separate teams for you, Jason. We'll see you at the Legends Tournament later this year. Defensive change for Bear Creek as well. Kyle Ezekiel coming out, and Zach Berg on for Kyle Ezekiel out at shortstop. Not sure if that is injury related or what happened there, but I think I just have to wonder if maybe Kyle tweaked something in that last at bat. This one is lifted. That's going to go foul down the right side. So Hyde, Wilkin, and then back to the top of the shop for Travis Jones here this inning. Cleary gets the yellow spherical object that he likes. Boland and Topping are exchanging a laugh over something up there, just out of earshot. But swing and a miss. Hyde kind of chops at that offering from Cleary. Can't catch up to it. And he is down on strikes. So Scott Wilkin will come to the dish. Scott had that stand-up triple as he split the gap in the outfield.
That number again is 216.
Lots of sponsors here in Simcoe, all represented on the outfield fence.
Diamond 1, you can collect your prize.
They do a great job down here with a couple of minor league teams and keeping things going. Bunch of sponsors here this week at the Chiefs Challenge too. We'll give you some of them here and we'll read some more later. But Mohawk Farms, Toda Farms, Hills Snack Bar, Jukasa Designs, and Jukasa Radio are some of the sponsors as Cleary pours in a strike. Big Pete Steakhouse, Dreamcatcher, Sit and Bull Convenience Store, Rawlings, Hard Bat Co. Nick Shales involved with that one. Hills on the Go, Tim Hortons, the Salverta Enterprises. Puff Huff. I think everybody knows what that one is. MVP Wholesale. Keegan Forklift and Industrial Equipment, WJ Heaslip Limited. Norpac, Weingard Motors, and Danny Hogue, who is the travel agent for the Chiefs. And when you are bringing everybody in from Australia and New Zealand and Newfoundland and elsewhere, you need a travel agent to arrange all those flights. So thanks to everybody here helping out with the Chiefs Challenge. We appreciate all that you do to keep the game going and helping the Chiefs put on great events like this, and bringing in Luciano and myself for the Chiefs Challenge. Joe Todd is going to join us here tomorrow at 2 and 4. We'll be on the air 2, 4, 6, and 8. 4 big games tomorrow as going around. Can't hold up. Scott Wilkin chases that rise ball from Sean Cleary. Boy, the Batmen, other than that triple by Wilkin, after the first, just haven't been able to figure out Sean Cleary here.
Number 5, Travis Jones.
Travis Jones will come to the plate. He is a guy who can change the score with one swing. Upstairs. Travis last week wanted to make sure we acknowledge his son, Braden, who got into the photo with him in that little award presentation, as this one is looped past a diving Brandon Horn, and first base runner in quite a while for the Toronto Batmen, and Travis Jones gets it done with a 1-out single, 2-out single rather. We got a final, and it is 3-2 for the Gremlins over the Grand Prairie Pirates. So a close one, but the Gremlins, the 2018-2019 ISC World Champions and the finalists in 2021, they come away with the win. Benionoka on base 3 times and scored a couple of runs, including the game winner. Upstairs, looked like Cole Evans, who is going to make his ISE tournament circuit debut, had a sacrifice fly for the game-winning RBI, if I'm reading the scorecard correctly here. So the Kiwi connection for the New York Gremlins, and they edge the Grand Prairie Pirates. Travis Jones aboard at first. And called a strike. I'm not sure if that tipped the bat on the way through. The 2 balls, 2 strikes. Upstairs, swing and a miss. Down goes Corey Way. Can't catch up to that rise ball from Sean Cleary. They strand the 2-out single. Cleary wheeling and dealing here for the Bear Creek Express. They keep up that 2-1 lead. We'll head to the home half of the 5th. Stay with us here on Softball Premier TV.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
So that is Simcoe Lions Park here. We are, I'd love to tell you which one of those we're on, but I'm not actually sure. Well, we're on one of those 2 lighted diamonds, and you could say the lights are on, but nobody's home. Jordan Pomeroy will lead things off here at the bottom of the 5th inning for Bear Creek Express. That shot is from a couple of nights ago. Luciano Lafrano visiting the Simcoe Lions Park, got the drone up and did some aerial footage and photography. One of the great shots that he took here at Simcoe Lions Park. Great facility here for a tournament. 3 diamonds. We're just using 2 here this weekend, but fabulous facility. There's a chopper foul off the bat of Pomeroy. He laced a base hit out to right in his first appearance. And this is a kid who is on the 40-man roster for Team Canada. Just the latest out of that fastball factory in Newfoundland. This one misses downstairs. You know, as good as Sean Cleary has been tonight, Tyler Randerson has equally kept these Bear Creek hitters mostly at bay. The runs came early, and neither pitcher has given up much since. You see Hyde giving the signals there. Looked like he had the 2 down. And there's a chopper in the infield, mishandled by Sebastian. And you're not going to get the speedy Pomeroy if you got to go digging for it. So aboard We'll let the scorekeeper tell us whether that's going to be a hit or an error. We're going E6. Okay, I agree. Not that I'm the voice of reason or anything, but I got to agree with you on that one, an E6. So Pomeroy Boyd on the error. Brandon Horn back to the plate for his third look. Squares to bunt, and right through it. Pomeroy had a pretty healthy lead, but he never was past the second baseman Wilkins, so didn't have to worry about that snap throw down. You may want to watch and see if Hyde will try and go after him. Greg Hamill was up a couple of innings ago, but no sign of any activity in the bullpen recently. There's a bunt down. It's a good one by Horn. Baker will come on and make the throw to Wilkin covering. And a textbook sacrifice bunt by Brandon Horn. You don't see that a lot in the game anymore. You see him get the bat down, come down to the ball. Good play there by Baker. But a runner in scoring position for one of the dangerous hitters here in Ontario, Tyler Pauly. This is downstairs. So we're the last game standing tonight, the third of three. If you weren't with us earlier, Hill United Chiefs 4-0 winners over the Niagara Stompers as Pauly swings over the top of that drop. 4-0 winners over the Niagara Stompers. Adam Falkard was back, looked very good, hit his spots, gave up a single hit to Pat Shannon. Pablo Migliavaca came on in relief. Devastating changeup. The Stompers had no answer for it. And convincing 4-0 winners for the Hill United Chiefs. Didn't see any of the game on the diamond behind us, but heard it was a good one. 3-2 New York Gremlins come back for the win over the Grand Prairie Pirates. Andrew Kirkpatrick and Zach Pierce in that one. And then our game here tonight says this one is drilled right back up the middle. Funny hop out in center, and that was more than enough that Pomeroy was going to be able to come to score. As that ball took a bit of a kick to the right, and Corey Way, nothing he could do. Fielded it cleanly, but it just took him out of his stride and didn't have any opportunity to come up throwing. You see it here. He's got to reach over to his left, and the throw into second base. Pomeroy speeds around and comes in. So now 3-1 for Bear Creek. And Colin Walsh will look to extend the lead here if he can. First pitch swinging. This is up down the right-hand side, but that's going to go out of play off the roof of the first base dugout. So Randerson will get back to the board with the ball of choice. Pauly out at first. And misses outside. So a nod and then a shake, and now another nod from Randerson. And a called strike on the outside corner. Just an absolutely gorgeous night for ball. Want to say hello to good friend Matt Allen and my good friend Nick McCurry. Almost leaves me hanging here and comes over to say hello.
You got a good man right here beside you.
I absolutely do, both of us.
Yes, both of them.
We will see Nick McCurry tomorrow for the Gremlins. This one, a bleeder up the middle. It gets through on his horse and going coast to coast is Tyler Pauli. As Colin Walsh punches a little single back up the middle. Nick McCurry, one of the Southern gentlemen in the game. Tennessee Nick. On the Gremlins coaching staff, and we'll catch up with Nick tomorrow. Matt Allen, also with the Gremlins this year, and we will see more of the Gremlins tomorrow. So with a meeting on the mound, Doug Charlton takes the opportunity to divest himself of some of the equipment he's been hanging on to over at first. Var Matiosian is really good at hanging on to equipment over at first base. That's one of the real good things that Varm is good at, hanging on to equipment.
And they all looks to be a good weekend.
Of course, we want to thank Varm, Mr. Ned, one of our sponsors here on the broadcast program. Varm, one of the good guys in the game. Getting dark here in Simcoe. Ryan Boland to the plate. And called a strike on the outside corner. Ryan thought about going for a walk and then thought better of it. And back in the box. And swing and a miss there. So down in a hole 0-2. Somebody should tell the grounds crew not to kick up so much dust from the other diamond over here. It is floating in from the other diamond as they're doing the diamond drag, and it is clouding out our field here. Yeah, it's not a forest fire. That is the dust coming in from the adjacent diamond that you're seeing coming across the infield. This one upstairs. If you watched the World Championship from 2015 in Saskatoon, you would have seen this kind of scene. And that was forest fire smoke back then. Chopper off the glove of Sebastian. They go to short way to 2-for-1, and then it's thrown away. And out at second is Walsh. They had a shot at the double, but Boland was hustling hard down the line, but the throw was skipped across. And Pauli scores on the play, so 4-1 for Bear Creek. And back up working for the Batmen down the right field line is Greg Hamill again. Third time through the order, and it gets a little tougher for a pitcher, whether you're in the major leagues, the minor leagues, whether you're at the top of fast pitch softball or just playing on the Tuesday night league. Anytime you go through the third time in the order, it gets tougher. And Tyler Randerson here facing the Bear Creek Express the third time through, and they're getting some pretty good looks. Chopper, and some good hands there in the on-deck circle. Quentin Bruce now takes a couple of steps back. I don't know how Lyons fouled it backwards like that to Bruce, but he still managed it. Swing and a miss. Down goes. Who was pinch running for Bolin? I lost track of that one. That looks like it was Colin Walsh pinch running for Bolin. But that was the strikeout at the plate and unnecessary slide. In any event, they push across a couple and take a 4-1 lead. The way Cleary's been dealing, that's going to look pretty tough as they've got 6 outs to play with here. Stay with us. We'll come back for the top of the 6th. Batman coming to the plate.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
Ty Sebastian will lead off here for the top of the 6th inning for the Toronto Batmen. If you're a hockey fan, it's 2-1 for the Tampa Bay Lightning with just a couple of minutes left in the 2nd period. And if you're a Blue Jays fan, they're up 5-1 in the 5th over the Brewers. We appreciate you being here with us on Softball Premier TV on a big night for sports. It's a big night for fast pitch softball, for fastball here in Simcoe, Ontario. The 2022 Chiefs Challenge. Seven of the top 16 teams in men's fast pitch softball here this weekend. Rise ball, and Sebastian fouls that off. Ty is a hockey official during the wintertime, and from what I hear, he is going places in that profession. Whether it is all the way to the NHL remains to be seen. But the word from the people in the know, and I'm certainly not one of them in that regard, but from the people that I hear talk about it, Ty is very well regarded as an official. Way out over the plate with that stance, as you can tell, and laces that one to the gap. That's going to roll to the fence. Sebastian's on his horse around second. He's going to dig for third, and he'll be in with a stand-up triple. Went down and got that one, and you can see two hop into the gap to the fence. and never broke stride, had third on his mind right coming out of the box. Scott Perry gives the whistle there to pull into third. And it doesn't matter who you are, third time through the batting order, whether you're Sean Cleary, Adam Folkert, it doesn't matter. The third time through is the hardest. And guys have got to look at what Sean's got on offer, and certainly Ty Sebastian, 2 for 3 with a double and a triple. He has liked what he's seen. And Benson has a good, healthy hack at this one. Fouls it straight back. Denny knocked a home run off of Sean last weekend. And again, fouled it back. Want to say hi to my St. John's Three Cheers teammate, Danny Mullins, watching back in Newfoundland. Mucky, hope you're well. Off the corner there from Cleary and Bolin. They tried to go outside, get Benson to chase, but he is wise to that. A 4-1 lead for Bear Creek. You can afford one here to make a mistake, but you don't want to let them get too close. Change up, swings under it. Good time there from Ryan Bolin to pull that one out of the pocket. Cleary at the hip. And deals one down low to Whetstone for a strike. I'm not sure if that was exactly what Ryan Bolin wanted. He gave a bit of a head tilt after that pitch came in. And this one inside ties up Whetstone again.
Look at it twice too. That's not the. That's not. I don't know where that comes from. I just saw a kid playing ball over here. That's a hot dog. Slow pitch. Yeah, I was gonna say somebody sitting over there on the floor there. Some of the kid master. Sit here and I'll give it to him. You can find the kid just late at night or see it in the morning.
0-2 to Whetstone. And that is chopped just foul. Lyons was hoping that was going to hit a rock or something and come back fair, but no such luck if you're a Bear Creek fan. There's that knuckleball from Cleary again, but he also stumbled as he let that one go. Ryan Boland's going to go halfway out and check and get waved back to the plate by Cleary, but whatever he landed on, it certainly wasn't solid, and he kicked up the left leg there. But we've seen that knuckleball half a dozen times over the course of the night here. And on the outside corner, drop ball, Boland went outside for the setup. You saw him creep outside and right to the mitt. Right there.
Now batting Travis Gibson.
So Travis Gibson to the plate for Toronto Batmen. And things have gotten a little quiet after that Ty Sebastian triple. And Cleary in with a strike. And you know, Sean and Ryan have just slowed things down here even more in this inning. And they're just trying to slow walk this Toronto Batman team out of this inning. And there's a, excuse me, check swing foul there as Gibson can't draw the bat back. But a real veteran move here by the pair, Cleary and Boland, just taking away that momentum pitch by pitch from the Batman. Cleary now is going to step off, slow it down a little bit further. And they're a pitch away from getting out of this inning after Ty Sebastian let it off with that triple. Strike three. They managed to do it. Gibson went halfway around, but that was going to be called a strike. And they strand the triple, and you have to wonder if maybe that was the last chance there for the Batmen. They'll get 3 more cracks at it in the 7th, but we'll go through the top half first. Bear Creek 4, Toronto 1.
Does your game need work? Want to get better every game? Every at-bat? You need Lumberjack Sports. Focusing on exceptional quality and providing players with reliable, long-lasting product, Lumberjack Sports brings you in-game equipment and off-field workout gear, designed and tested by top fastball player Nick Shales. Learn from the best. Play like the best. Check out lumberjacksports.ca to put your game over the top. Does your game need work?
Quentin Bruce for the Bear Creek Express with that 4-1 lead. And just talking off air as we got a pitching change. Greg Hamill on in relief for Tyler Randerson. Randerson was good through 5, wavered a little bit there in the 6th. The Express push across a couple of insurance runs. And Hamill, who had been warming up, now in here for the 6th. It's a strike on the outside corner. Good drop ball, good movement, and good pace for Greg Hamill. He'll speed things up a little bit, too. Bruce fouls this one off. Waggle, waggle, waggle at the plate. Swing and a miss. Misses under that rise ball. Good movement from Greg Hamill. Mason and then Zach Berg will get his first plate appearance of the night. That one misses away. You see Hyde had to kind of sweep at it. A little change of pace there, but Mason keeps the hands back. And that just misses off the corner. Looking ahead to the 7th for the Batmen, it'll be Baker, Hyde, and Wilkins. 7, 8, 9 scheduled batters, but we got a bit of work to do before we get there. And that one misses downstairs. So Mason works the walk. So one down, and Berg to the plate. And Paul McCart will come down for a change, and I'm suspecting a pinch runner here for Derek Mason. As out of the dugout, '95 is Joey Doxtator. Doxtator got some playing time last week at the qualifier. Not in the starting lineup tonight, but will come off the bench to pinch run.
Number 95, Joey Doxtator.
That's a decent trade, I think, for Bear Creek. And this one just misses off the corner from Hamill. We'll keep an eye on Doxtator, see if they elect to put him in motion. Jeff Pauley, Tyler's father, out coaching at third base. Doug Charlton is over at first. A pair of pitchers. Jeff, a lefty, pitched and played the field for the Mitchell Mets over the years. Charlton, mainly with the old Alvinston Indians squad over the years. Jeff still active in the Legends division. I think Doug spends a lot of his time with coaching and pitching clinics. And if you're in that southwestern Ontario area, there's a great guy to go learn from, Doug Charlton. Chop foul way down the left side. That's going to go down and rattle around outside the playing field. Somebody's going to throw it back in. So Berg has worked a full count. Throw him out, or strike him out, and no, not a throw him out, as Berg down on strikes, but Doxtator in with the stolen base. You see the replay there is in under the slide, or in under the tag rather, with the slide. And I like that play, put the runner in motion, get him up to second base, as Pomeroy's hit the ball hard and put the ball in play a couple times. So you got an opportunity here. You might as well get that guy up into scoring position, and maybe Pomeroy can help extend the lead here a little bit, the way he's been slashing the ball around the park here tonight. But he misses on that first offering from Hamill. Chopper on the infield, that's past Hamill and past Sebastian at short, and that stolen base indeed does pay off for Bear Creek as Dockstader comes in to score on that single by Pomeroy, who has impressed tonight with his bat control. Just put it right back up the middle, and some good wheels on his own from Pomeroy, but he has been very impressive tonight. So 5-1 now, and Brandon Horn to the plate for his fourth appearance tonight. And I might expect to see Pomeroy on the move here pretty quickly. No signs there from Pauli. This one is lifted up and out of play down the left side. It's going to bounce back down to the screen from the top of the stance. Oh, 2 on Brandon Horn. And this one is laced out to center. And coming across to make the catch is Corey Way out there in center. Thought maybe that had a chance to get to the gap, but Way able to close the distance. Bear Creek extend that lead to 5-1. 3 outs to get. Top of the 7th coming up.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
So that wasn't quite a live look at Simcoe Lions Park, but that was Wednesday night as Luciano came out to the park and brought his drone with him and did some aerial photography and got some B-roll set up and lots of shots. And he was in Niagara Falls earlier in the week as well, and a couple spectacular shots of Niagara Falls. We'll bring those back for in between the breaks tomorrow. Johnny Baker to the plate for the Toronto Batmen, top of the 7th inning, trailing 5-1. Sean Cleary looking to put in another complete game win. Little high drop, the catcher's best friend, the high drop to begin the inning. Just coming up on the 2-hour mark for this one. Chopper on the infield. Cleary will pounce on it, but that was off the instep of Baker. 3 games tonight. Hill United Chiefs 4-0 winners over the Niagara Stompers in the opener for the 2022 Chiefs Challenge. Then we had New York Gremlins on the diamond behind us, 3-2 winners over Grand Prairie Pirates. And here, the Bear Creek Express, 5-1 lead, looking to put paid to this one. There's a little chopper in the infield. Horn's got a weight, turn, and flip and toss to Jeff Lyons. That took its time getting out to Brandon Horn. Johnny Baker was steaming down the line, but they got him by half a step first. Well, maybe a full step. Derek Hyde to the plate. Out front there, Hyde. Just off the outside corner, Ryan Boland looking for that one. Looks like a drop in was the call. And that's the pitch. Drop in, and over the top goes Derek Hyde. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down here in the inning. Hyde can't do anything with that pitch from Cleary down on strikes. And the Batmen down to their final out. Scott Wilkin will step in. Scott had that triple to the fence, but that was way back in the second. And other than the Sebastian triple, Batmen really haven't been able to get to Sean Cleary in this game after the first. And we talked about that right out the top. If you're going to get to Sean, you often have to do it in the first inning. He seems to just always get stronger as the game goes on. The rise has been sharp tonight. Haven't seen a ton of change-ups. This one is downstairs. But the drop has been good, and the knuckleball, which honestly I don't recall Sean ever throwing a knuckleball in a game, but he's thrown at least half a dozen of them tonight, and that's something new in the arsenal. Kind of an in-between pitch. It's harder than the changeup, but it's not as hard as his hard drop ball. There's a low rise. That looked to come up a little bit on the zone. Wilkins swinging through it, and the Batmen now down to their final strike. Right on the outside corner, and I guess they were not down to their final strike, but now they are. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes indeed. Trevor Topping puts up the sign, or the sign rather, and Cleary finds a sign that he likes. Oh, little excuse me swing out to short, on to first, and that's the ball game. As Doc Stater had stayed in the ball game at short, he makes the final out. Bear Creek 5, Toronto Batmen 1. We'll see both of those teams tomorrow as we will move on to day 2. Day 1 complete here at the 2022 Chiefs Challenge. Sean Cleary gets the win. Tyler Randerson will take the loss for the Toronto Batmen. Stay with us tomorrow here on Softball Premier TV. Back on the air, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6, and into the playoff round at 8. Thanks for joining us. For my good friend Luciano Lafrano.
Gracias.
Blair Setford.
Aquí la gente está conectada, mi amigo en Miami, mi amigo Connie. Estamos aquí, mi pana, pero esta vez estamos produciendo para este challenge aquí del Chief Challenge aquí en Canadá. Así que gracias por estar ahí. Thank you, Blair.
Thank you, Luciano. Gracias, and good night.